Welcome fans to RamblinWreck.com as we talk Georgia Tech women's basketball with head coach MaChelle Joseph. Coach, the season's already here, and one indication for the fans is that the schedule has been released. So exciting now, you can go pencil in the dates. What's the schedule look like to you initially?
Well, it's exciting. First of all, you got to look at our pre-conference schedule where we have two Pac-10 teams coming here in Oregon and Arizona, but we start the season out in the preseason WNIT. So that's obviously very exciting for our team to have a chance to compete in a national tournament right from the very first game. So I'm excited to see how we'll stack up against those top teams early on, and then have the opportunity to come back, like I mentioned, and play a team like Oregon and play a team like Arizona at home, and then go on the road and play against Georgia. You know, that's always going to be a tough game for us, but we also have two tournaments that we're playing in, and having a chance to play for 3 championships before the ACC season even arrives is an amazing experience for a young team.
And the ACC season is going to be as challenging as ever. And I think you've had somewhat of an idea for a while of what your preseason conference has been like. But what do you think about the ACC schedule?
Well, anytime you open up the ACC playing at North Carolina, you know that's going to be a challenge. But I'm excited for our team to figure out right from the day one, okay, where do we stack up against the very best teams in the league? And obviously North Carolina year in, year out has been one of those top teams. So we're very excited to have that opportunity early. Then you look down the course of our schedule, and I think we've got a great home slate for our fans. And we really want to encourage everybody to get their season tickets and come out and see us play, because we're getting the opportunity to host Duke at home. We host Florida State at home. Those are back-to-back games in the Memorial Coliseum, and that's a great opportunity for our fans to come out and get a taste of ACC women's basketball and see exactly what it's really like to see us play against the reigning ACC champion in Florida State, and then turn it right around a couple of days later and play against Duke, is a team that we haven't beat in our Coliseum in a very long time. So we're very excited about those challenges early on.
A lot of opportunities ahead. As Coach Joseph mentioned, fans, if you have not yet gotten your tickets, RamblinWreck.com/WBBTix. Purchase your season tickets today. Now, Coach, on the flip side, we talked about the home schedule. Looking at your road schedule, I know that it's very important for you to bring your student athletes in and give them a holistic experience, and that includes traveling. You took a foreign tour, then you've got a couple of trips this year where I think they're going to get some great experience.
Yes. One of the things we changed a couple of years ago was taking our Christmas. We hosted a Christmas tournament and a Thanksgiving tournament. We decided to, instead of hosting those tournaments, to go on the road and give our kids an opportunity to travel and see different parts of the country and play in different tournaments. And one of the things we scheduled for this year was around Thanksgiving time, we're going to play in the University of Long Island's tournament in New York, and that will give our players an opportunity to be there for the Macy's Day Parade and have a chance to see what New York City's like. And I thought that was very important for this team, and especially a young team. And then at Christmas time, we have a couple of players on our team from the Florida area. Shayla Bibbins is from Jacksonville, and Chelsea Regents, who's a sophomore, is from Fort Lauderdale area. So we're going to play in Florida Internationals tournament. I think that's going to be a great experience for our players. And anytime you can get to Florida in December and you get to see that weather, you know, that's always a fun trip for our team.
And I know that's something great for you to bring into homes as you're recruiting, that student athletes will get those kind of opportunities. And speaking of recruiting, I know you can't say too much about what's going on, but any updates, any general information that you are allowed to share with us?
Well, we're really excited about the class of 2010. We're way ahead of schedule at this point. We start home visits this Wednesday, September 16th, and that's the first day we can actually go in the home and talk about Georgia Tech with all these top players in the country. And obviously, fortunately for us, like I said, we're ahead of schedule. At this point, we have 4 scholarships in the class of 2010, and we already have 3 verbal commitments, which is, I can't say who they are or where they're from, but I know that we're very pleased with where we are at this point.
Well, Coach, you have done an amazing job in recruiting, and I know the fans will look forward to meeting all the new jackets for next year as soon as we can release that information. Now, I know there's a lot of fall seasons going on, but two events in particular that I know your team was out the numbers and very excited about. The Georgia volleyball game. I think they were out and they had their faces painted. It seemed like quite an experience for Georgia Tech women's basketball as well as volleyball.
Well, it was such an incredible atmosphere, and for Tanya Johnson, a first-year coach, to open up her career as a head coach and open up her career at Georgia Tech against Georgia is an amazing experience. And the fact that they were able to beat them in 5 games and how exciting it was. Standing room only. It was just an incredible atmosphere. The best volleyball game I've been to at Georgia Tech. I mean, it was just unbelievable, and I have to give my kids a lot of credit. I thought they were a big part of that energy that was in that gym that night, and the fact that they painted their faces and made T-shirts and came and showed their support for our volleyball team and program and our new coach. It was just an amazing experience, and I'm really proud of what they've been able to accomplish to this point.
And to follow up with that excitement, this past Thursday, the big ESPN game, which I know was I mean, we were all holding our breaths right down to the end. How great was that football game against Clemson here at Tech?
Well, it just says a lot. When you can win close games like that and not play at your best, which I'm sure Coach Johnson would be the first one to say that, it just says what a good team you have and how much character they have. And it was an exciting game from start to finish. I mean, I know nobody expected us to be up 20-0 against Clemson, and then for them to come back and us to keep our poise and our composure and pull out that win. It was just a great game to watch. It was great for Georgia Tech.
And I know we are hoping that all the fans that were both at that volleyball game as well as football will come out and support women's basketball as well. Now, Coach, looking ahead in the next month or so, you've got a couple of exciting events going on. One is the opening of the Zelnak Center, the practice center, which is set to open on opening weekend for the team.
We're really excited about having a practice facility, and you know, Steve and Zelnick has just been amazing. His family, the opportunity they're providing for us in men's basketball, not only in the recruiting and the advantages that that's going to provide for us, but just practice opportunities for our student athletes. Because you know, with our class schedule at Georgia Tech, this will really open up facility-wise, open up new times and make things more available, more accessible for our team. And so October 15th is the opening day that the Zelnick Center is supposed to be complete, and we're very excited about it. And I was in there and did a tour a couple weeks ago, and I know they're starting to put the floor down this week, so it's just getting, you know, closer to that date, and we're just really excited and thrilled for the opportunity to have that.
Well, Coach, we will be looking forward to the opening, and then even before then, actually the next couple days, you'll be headed to Greensboro to play in the second annual K-Yow Golf Tournament, which of course raises money for breast cancer research and awareness. Some of the top coaches, both in women's and men's basketball, have been a part of it. How special is it for you to be a part of that?
Well, it's so important to me because of how important K-Yow was to women's basketball. Not just me as an individual, but the game itself. She definitely is a legend. She left a tremendous legacy, and I feel as though now it's our responsibility to carry on that legacy by participating in that golf tournament and keeping the K-Yow Fund alive and helping us to raise those monies and further advance our research into cancer and breast cancer awareness. And, you know, just the fact that I was thinking, told my team, you know, today that a year ago Kay was with us, and the fact that at this tournament, it was the first annual K-Yow Golf Tournament, and the fact that going back and having the opportunity to remember all the positive things that she brought to the game and how all the impact she made on so many lives, not only her players but her peers. And, you know, like I said last year, Kay didn't know an enemy, and, you know, I just hope that everyone continues to support this special fun because Kay meant so much to so many.
Well, Coach, we appreciate those words, and fans, of course, you can support the V Foundation and the K-Yow Foundation on WBCA.org. Coach, just a couple of few closing notes. The Atlanta Dream makes it to the playoffs. I know that's going to be exciting to have those games here. I know you've been out in numbers and supporting, and fans, we hope that you would go out and support the Dream as they go to the playoffs. Also, remember, you've got Coach Joseph on Twitter, so you can keep up with Coach Joe and all her goings-on, as well as the team on Twitter and on Facebook. And, of course, www.ramblingrec.com for all the new information on Georgia Tech women's basketball. Coach, thank you so much, and we'll look forward to all the updates in October. Fans, we'll see you then.